Hello and welcome back to Saline Royal Academy. We will hear today Béla Bartók's second violin concerto's first movement, or some parts of it, for sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, it was great. I'm very happy for all the improvements because the viewers might not know that we did work on the first part and many things are much better. Still, I would like to go back a little bit to the theme and then we can jump to the development and a little bit of a recap if we'll have time. So, in general, Bartók was really similar to Brahms, being a great pianist and having lots of string player friends, mostly violinists. He knew very well how to compose for the violin. So did Brahms as well. So everything he wrote is almost possible. So I don't think that you should say, he was a pianist, and so I can just, when I don't feel when I think it's fine to change the bowings. It's not. It's more than a bowing, of course. So if, in case there's a long phrase and you decide to change just the direction of bow, is fine. But always keep in mind, firstly, the original idea, and if you really have to change, to keep the idea of the original phrasing, because your changing of bowings many times changed the original idea, in my opinion. So I don't think so that you need to change actually so many times. We'll see some examples. Beginning, yeah. Let's start. I will talk about a few things, but it's much better, very authentic. During the week, me and my son inspired you with a good Hungarian way to understand also this type of accentuation and the parlando Hungarian music. Lovely. I wanted to hear the first two lines, how they react to each other. Still one little general issue on your legato playing. That the bigger hole we play in, you might consider portato so little that nobody realizes. We are close, microphones and me too, so can be dangerous. Enjoy that. Many things are separated and then suddenly it's legato. Enjoy it more. Also, look at my bow. You don't have to. I still see and hear a lot of this. It was great. Same. Leopold Mozart rule. First notes of legatos, bit longer. Still it works. This can talk. One more time. I wouldn't be so late. Not only because it's non troppo, but the general character of the theme is so noble and maestoso in a way, even though it has some kind of passionate, not sadness, but what's that word? A little bit
cooler.
No, I would say that. Yeah, of course, I know what you mean. Yes, that there could be a distance. So, but no, of course, it's very emotional. But it's in a sad way emotional, right? It's the good old Hungarian sadness is there, about 1,000 years old at least. So, yeah. So one more time. Recap. As if we knew the recap and compared to, it's a plug up. Just two bars before your entrance, as yesterday. Yes, much better. Still enjoy the first moments of the notes. And then, but this is fantastic, it's gone. As 97% of masterpieces, going to the second bar, again. And, so it goes, until it goes up with hope, and it's a little given up. Maybe there is hope. So it's always about hopeless and hopefulness. So, try it. Yes, much better, but make sure there's nothing at the end of a long note. No. Like a real verbunkos. Papam. These gestures are very typical of verbunkos. And the tatam is here. It is a kind of a verbunkos rhythm. But you did this, the third bar was great. Already in the first bar a little bit, and continuing direction to second bar. You can just start. Yes, now poor you are taking care so much. Oh, not to make a crescendo that it's now dying. Of course you can stay. Very nice. I know what will help. As you go on to the second bar, don't bring in your violin, as probably everybody in this academy. Slow moments should be in front of us, no? Really? Yeah, see how much sharper we are, both of us. You know why? Because we are shifting upwards, we think, but if your violin is like this, you're eventually shifting downwards, because you are falling down, so no reason to force the distance.